Hey guys, I'm Mario,
And I'm Kevin.
and we're here with Homies Helping Homies to talk about our free photo days. We're the two type of people who like work alone, but we've always wanted to definitely like collaborate, do things together. So obviously, like they're like the project with Rosine that we're doing right now, and like even Homies Helping Homies, like when that was first coming into fruition, like we were coming together. Like he stored stuff in my house, I was helping him distribute. Yeah.
That's a good answer. Really professional, I guess. I think he's absolutely right though about us coming together to meet common goals, and I think that's what keeps people together for the most part, and having a sense of community, whatever that may be. We just, as humans, naturally need interaction, whether we realize it or not. So whether it's like running errands, doing photo things like we do now, bullshitting, chilling, like there's a lot of things humans can do, whether it's positive or negative. So I guess the best way I can say it's like we don't realize it, but like as much as we don't like to do things with people, we still need it because we just need it to function. And yeah, it's pretty much how we operate. I didn't really like you when I first met you, but cool now.
We want to get into that shit.
I mean, we could get into that if it's like on camera. We could get into that.
Keep it a bean, keep it on record.
All right, because it's like a real story. So like when I first met you was like what, a few years ago?
Probably like 2018, yeah.
2018, yeah. And so we were like bike messengers still.
Yep.
That was sick.
My rookie year, I think.
Yeah, that was your rookie year. You thought you were fucking Hot Boy Mario. Fucking reckless as shit. And then like you somehow got one of my old messenger bags, and I didn't even know you, and people were like, oh, it's like, that's Kev's bag, that's Kev's bag.
Shout out to Nas.
Yeah, shout out Nas for fucking giving that bag up.
Yeah.
My God, he owes me money, but anyway.
He never gave that to you.
No, I don't think he ever gave me money for that bag, but you should have paid for it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That bag, that's old news. That's how we met, and I didn't like you in the beginning, and I don't think you liked me.
I didn't even know this dude. I was like, fuck that
you.
guy.
Just trying to OG or something, but like, I guess we had a common interest, which was photography, and I think that's what like made the relationship the way it is now. We're kind of blew up to what we're doing now, sitting in front of cameras talking about our shit.
Yeah, honestly, like my Happy World like was like one of my biggest inspirations in the beginning. Like when you were like nice enough to sell me a copy, I was like, word, like this guy's actually kind of cool. And then I feel like after that, we hit it off.
I think that what it was because you also did like listen to the formula of how to properly do it, even though there's no real way of properly doing anything. But like in terms of the route I was trying to take with my photography, it seemed like you had like interest, and that's cool to think that you like that zine because that is one of probably like my favorite collections of work, honestly. Like I think that was when like I got confident with photography, and that's kind of where the game changed a little bit. But like, yeah, you're cool now for a fucking light-skinned motherfucker, but we're here.
Sick.
I guess for me, my work, it comes from like a lot of places. For one, growing up, it's about, for me, remembering the memories, whether it be good or bad, because I was traveling when I was younger and doing a lot of stuff. So like it just kind of made sense to like have a camera just to remember shit. But then once I moved to Philly and you started kind of seeing different cliques, cultures, anything, it's like then your work kind of takes on a different perspective where, yeah, it's cool to like do it for self, but that feeling that it is for self should also be utilized for other people. And I think that's where my inspiration kind of comes from. Like Philadelphia is definitely like a wild place to live, and I think it's important to document it, whether it's, like I said, positive or negative. So it's kind of what that comes from. What about you?
Yeah. So I mean, same start for me. Like I kind of was doing it for just like, for like shits and giggles, honestly. But then like I got real like weird with like tech shit. So I was like, ooh, like what kind of cameras, like. But yeah, like I started out just like photographing like family, friends. When I was like on the road, I was like mainly doing it to like get all y'all. But then I realized I could do something more with it. And like, yeah, it's like the idea of like archival, like keeping memories, like like just holding the idea, like my idea of Philadelphia as like as like prominent as it was. Like I'm going out to these certain places to like photograph certain things and like have a certain idea. I think like using like my talent, my abilities to like document and like, yeah, just like show people like this is for me, like, yeah, this is like the time that was important. This is like the space. These are the people, like, to just like like set it, like keep it in stone, like,
Yeah.
like have that for the future.
Kind of like what you want to represent is like people like us and just like our surroundings,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
black people and like people of color, because this is a black city, whether you realize it or not. And like I think it's important to document that history because we are slowly but surely washing all that shit away. Like when I first moved here in like what 2017, 18, like the Philly and like the landscape of Philly was just completely different compared to like what it is now. And it's like there's good and bad things to that, but it's just like there's history that needs to be documented here, and this is a black city, so that's like important to like make sure that we're representing our culture and like what the city is. So it's kind of the point of being a photographer, I guess. I don't fucking know. Yeah.
Wild times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here since like 2012. Thinking about it now. Yeah, just like, yeah, just trying to like keep that like I came here in 2012. Like this is what I saw. This is the people that I fucked with. Like I'm trying to keep it that way, you know. Then all these white motherfuckers. Sorry guys. We know. See, that's a
Second
that's
day
a
of Black
real one.
History
Right?
Month, how to get that one in there. All right. I mean, personally, like I don't really draw inspiration from like other people. It's like really just my life and like what I want to document. So in terms of like the black perspective, what I think I draw inspiration from is just like everyday interactions with the people in my neighborhood. And I live in Point Breeze, South Philadelphia, and that's predominantly like what 68% of the black population is elder in that community. So it's like you have interesting interactions all the time, and it's like for me, like when I first moved here, this is where I feel like I have a sense of family, and like I think I get that from where I live because that's where I guess what's the best way I can say it? Like that's I guess I have roots here. That's the best way to put it. And like I never felt too grounded anywhere else, and I think that's what my inspiration comes from. It's just like having a sense of community and like people around that look like me, think like me, and like, you know, shoot the shit just like me, hang out, and just like that's what drives me to keep taking photos, is just making sure that like that element of like we touched before, it's just like life is represented. But in terms of just like photography inspirations, I'm pretty much self-taught. I don't draw inspiration because like a lot of my work doesn't really look like a lot of people's work because it's just representation of my life. So that's like the best way I can sum that up.
Interesting. Yeah, all I can really like think about is this guy, Sean Theodore. He I was in an exhibition like way back, and he like curated it, and like I looked through his work, and like it was a lot of like documentation, but it was like portraiture of just like black people with like either like a really like black or blue like ominous background, just to like show like the figure and like the skin tone. That was definitely like an inspiration for me, like why I wanted to like make certain projects like predominantly about like focusing on like black and brown people in like those communities.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah. But there, I remember I used to live in Germantown, and there was this one old head who like lived down the block from me, and he had like a whole bunch of shit like on his porch, like flowers, decorations. And I remember I would just like see him like every day, like going on like photo walks, and like honestly, like seeing that like that old dude like just like made me want to just like go out more. Exactly. And just like oh like, and like we would talk like here and there if I was like, you know, he would talk about like camera shit and like Like that's just like cool.
and
Like
that's,
that keeps me like wanting to like.
and that's what like
interact.
we're kind of different. Like you get stoked on like talking cameras and gear and stuff. Like I don't. I just want to take the photo and just like incorporate that just like normally. So it's like we draw inspiration the same way. It's just like normal everyday interaction, and it's just important to like represent that and document it. It's like not to sound corny or cliche, but like giving people voices that don't have voices. Like
Absolutely.
that's important for life, I guess.
Because it's like, how else? Like how else are people gonna know? You know?
Exactly.
It's the sad part about it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
2020.
it's like the voice. Honestly, that's like, it's how we get our message out. It's our aesthetic. It's how zines, fucking video work, photography, music. Like growing up, all the shit I listened to was just angry and political, and that's probably why I'm the way I am now, because that was the voice of like what the hell was going on in society, and like that's why it's important as artists to like cool make your shit for self, but like when shit's going on and when shit's hitting the fan, it's like us against them. And you gotta use those tools because those tools are just as important as the tools they're using against us. So we gotta fight fire with fire, and that's a big way to fight fire with fire, is getting that fucking message out.
I don't want to say inspired. I would say like moved, upset, mad, angry, like having all these like all these influences like music, art, whatever, like in my life as well. Like I don't think I would have reacted the same way. So with like having this like tool, this opportunity to like, all right, I have something, I can actually like go out and like capture a moment and like be like, yo, y'all, like you haven't the people outside like aren't seeing this. Like, let me show you like what the fuck is actually like going on.
It is kind of insane to think that like we do live in this bubble in like so many regards, where like it is important to have art and representation to get that voice out to a larger audience, because you need that support, you need that help, and people need to know what the fuck's going on, and like people only know what the hell's going on in their little like world. So it's like you gotta shake shit up to fucking make shit happen.
Exactly.